love his little hat.
You could be painting your bunny in. So this is a pretty spring bunny, and I think that nice lighter, softer colors look really nice for spring. Pastel. As big or as small as you want it.
Hey, Nisi.
Hey, Rach.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure thing. Actually, I thought it was almost looking like a butterfly, but I thought it would be cool, and I had an apple today, so I saved the core.
That's great.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I really like that you're reusing the material that might not seem to have a purpose. It might have otherwise been thrown out.
Right. Well, hi, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. I am so excited and happy to be here with you on this beautiful summer day. Today, we're going to do some quick, simple, and easy palm trees. And I thought, before we get started, I wanted to give you a quick reminder that July 11th and 12th are Amazon Prime Days. I will be coming out with some new fun products, sales, and fun art projects. So I hope you tune in and watch. Again, that'll be July 11th and 12th. Hi, Steve. Oh, that's actually Danny. That's Danny. Hi, Danny. So anyways, all you guys, hi, thanks for following me and watching. Again, I just want to keep it really simple. So you guys can do this project individually with separate palm trees, or you can do it on one canvas or paper, whatever art supplies that you want to use. So again, I'm going to be using apple barrel acrylic paints today. It comes in a set with beautiful colors. I'm going to use fuchsia, which is really, really pretty. But I want you guys to use your favorite colors. Okay. So again, if you want your favorite colors, use your favorite colors. I'm just using like fuchsia is really pretty. A purple is really pretty. And I'm going to use this blue. It's called Parrot Blue. Oh my gosh. I love that. So I got this set of paint brushes, and it comes in this cute little set with a zipper. So again, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this big brush right here for my background. Okay. And I'm going to keep it simple. So I want you to think of the background. I'm going to use a canvas here. You guys, I got two cameras going on. So bear with me. This is almost like an experiment. All right. So we're going to use, again, I can do it separately, three separately, or long and thin palm trees, or I can do it on one canvas. What would be really fun if you did a project with your family, you guys could each do a palm tree and hang them together. That would be super fun, right? If you're doing a team building project, family reunion, give everybody a little canvas and have them do their own palm tree and see how different everyone's comes out. So what I want to share with you on my canvas, again, I'm going to start with, again, this really pretty fuchsia on here. And I am going to start with this brush, and I'm just going to scoop up some pink. I'm going to here's my plate. Okay, that's my palette. Use whatever it is that you have. You could even just squirt it right on the canvas. What I want to do is cover my canvas. I did not wet my brush. This is just straight fuchsia apple barrel paint, okay? And I'm just covering my canvas. And again, this is more like an abstract painting, really, really fun. Use your favorite colors. And I'm just going to put some fuchsia anywhere. I just want it in different areas. Okay. Don't make it look like a pattern. Just kind of put it, again, in different spaces. And if fuchsia is your favorite color, use more of the fuchsia. If you love purple, use more of the purple. So you're going to customize it and make it your own however you want. I don't want to water it down. That's why I did not wet my brush. Okay. Now this kit comes with this beautiful Parrot Blue paint. Okay. You can just, before you jump into it, you can wipe off some of that pink. Oops, I just got a little blue in there. Now look what happened when you see how pretty that is. When I bumped into the Parrot Blue without wiping off my brush, I got a little bit of lavender. So real quick, I'm just going to wipe off that paint, and then yeah.
We have Richie on Amazon, and he's just saying that he loves palm trees and he loves the tropical art that you do.
Thanks so much, Richie. I really appreciate that. I hope you're giving me some hearts too. I love that. That's really, really kind. Thank you so much. So now I'm using some parrot blue. I'm going to mix it in right here. Thank you so many of you that have been watching me now. I have been doing this for over 3 years. I can't believe it. What I mean on the computer, over 3 years. I've been an art teacher for 20 plus years, and still technology is, you guys, I'm still learning every day the technology. Thank goodness Randy's here behind the scenes helping me with that stuff. I can paint like they're, I can paint with ease, but the technology, still interesting. So your background, Danny, Steve, your background colors, you guys can make whatever colors you want to. Remember, you're going to customize it and make it your own. So use your favorite colors. But because we're doing palm trees, the palms are going to be green and the trunk of the palm tree is going to be brown or black. So you don't want it to match that. You want to have contrast. So, oops, I just jumped into the purple. Again, no one knows your mistakes but you and me and whoever you tell. So you can do your background however you want. I want you to think of your background like an abstract painting. We're just blending and mixing colors together. And every time I bump into that pink, that fuchsia, I'm getting a lavender color, which is actually really pretty. Okay. But I also have purple. I have purple on my plate too. The purple I'm using is Apple Barrel Purple Iris. Okay. Then again, I have the fuchsia Apple Barrel. And let me tell you another thing in this kit. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a beautiful color. It's called Key West, and it is more of a green blue, which I used on one of the paintings behind me. I'll show you later. So you can also use that one as well. It's a beautiful color. But remember, I want to have a little bit more contrast when I'm painting my green on top of my background. So I wouldn't do the background green because you want to have the contrast. Now, again, once you get enough of that blue and pink in there, and maybe, Danny, you don't want to use pink. Maybe you have a different favorite color. Maybe you want to use all blues and purples, right? So that's up to you, but just keep thinking that you guys are going to use your favorite colors and paint the tree on top of it. So I am live on Amazon right now. You can find me at artistatheart.live, which will take you over to Amazon. On Amazon, you guys are going to see all the products that I'm using, and it'll link right to the products. So the canvas, it could be the drawing pad. You don't have to do this on canvas. It's totally up to you. All right, so the rest of the space I'm going to do, so you see where I mixed the blue and the fuchsia together and I got that lavender, but I also have this purple iris on my plate. So it's a little bit deeper. I'm going to mix it in there. Look, I didn't even wash off my brush. I didn't even wipe it off this time, right? So what do you think? Again, this is more of an abstract artwork. Abstract art is just brush strokes and colors, fun, pretty, tropical, summer. You could be doing yellows. Again, you guys could do, whatever it is that you want. It doesn't have to look like mine. So I just want to fill up the entire canvas. And if you're doing 3 separate trees on 3 separate canvases, again, you just want to make sure that the background, you can keep the same colors so that it looks like a set, but you want to mix up, the background places where you put them. Again, you don't want it to look like a pattern. You want it to be like natural and fun. And now when you mix the colors again, a little bit too much, like that purple and blue, I'm getting a gray. I don't want gray. I want it to be fun and bright. And I could always, look, you guys, now, if you weren't watching, I could just put it right on my camera. Richie asked, how can he blend with pencils for the same effect? So you could use colored pencils. You could use markers. Look at, I'm going to cheat. So this is the top. Look at that. I'm just going to squeeze it right on my canvas. That's really fun too. So you could do the same thing, which would be a totally mess-free product. And maybe Randy can add the colored pencils inside of the carousel for me, because I like to teach where you can use any art supplies that you have. So you don't have to paint. Richie, I know, is a teacher. So I have a feeling Richie doesn't always want to paint with his students. So a lot of times when I'm teaching my project, I would do mess-free art supplies. So you could do colored pencils, same thing. Let the kids or the adults blend their colored pencils using their favorite colors. You could do the exact same thing. Same thing with markers. You guys could color the whole background with markers. If they're water-based markers, you guys could wet the markers and they would bleed together and give you like a funny watercolor, like a fuzzy watercolor background. Okay, so you could do, again, and they can use whatever colors. The most important thing is that you're using the colors that have contrast. So again, I want to have contrast with my palm trees. So there's my background, right? Pretty easy. Now, you guys can do 1 palm tree or 3 palm trees. I like to curve the palm trees. So I think we have enough time to do brown. So I would do like the brown base, the stalk part of the palm tree. You could do it black as well. You can even do it gray. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna use that same brush. I have this whole kit here, you guys. So the little brushes are better for details and the bigger, wider brushes are good for backgrounds. This is a perfect size. So I'm just gonna wipe off that paint. I'm not even gonna wet it. And I'm going to jump into my brown. Now my background's still kind of wet. So I'm going to start over here where it dried a little bit. This paint dries really quick. So if you guys are doing colored pencils, it's hard to layer the colored pencils. So what I would sketch out your palm tree first, but this is just the brown that I'm using. And I'm going to put, again, you could do it in gray. And you can add some black to it. This brown that I'm using is called nutmeg brown, okay? I'm just sketching it out. It's a little bit wet still, okay? Now it's narrower at the top and it gets wider at the bottom. Now I'm gonna put one in the middle, roughly. I'm not gonna measure here. Same thing. A little bit narrower at the top and it gets wider as you come down. And then I'm going to do another one. So I'll do 3, and this one's going to curve this way. Now you guys know that pink is still pretty wet because I just did it. But
Hey, Denyse, do you mind if I mention something about those wonderful paintbrushes you're using?
sure.
So the paintbrushes come in a kit, and right now it is 81% off the whole kit. It's originally $79.99, but if you go over to Denyse's carousel at artistatheart.live on our Amazon page, they're $14.99. So we don't know how long that deal is going to last, but if you go over to our carousel and click on that product and add it to your cart, you'll see that it'll have 81% off as a deal. So instead of paying $80, pay $15 for that whole kit.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and what's nice about it, for those of you guys that know me and have been following me, I'm a little bit messy, a lot messy, really. Let's be honest. And I'm not the most organized or technical, but this helps keep me organized, right? So it's all in there, everything that I need. And you can do this with more than one person because you guys, I've been using one brush. Again, I'll go to the smaller brushes when I go smaller, like when I add the coconuts, but they're a nice size, a variety of them, washable with soap and water. And again, I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying the way they work. So this is the one that I've been using. Okay, you guys, it doesn't have the size on it, or my eyes are just, no, I don't think the sizes are on here, but just use, it depends on whatever size canvas you're using or sketchbook. Okay, so I'm going to let that brown dry, and now I'm going to go into my green. So let's just, for fun, try a new paintbrush. I'm going to put that one down. Here's another key to keeping your paintbrushes good for a long time. Don't let them soak in the water for too long. Okay. So what happens when they soak, I have a cup of water over here, but if you leave them soaking in the water, which I mean like 24 hours, it will loosen where the metal part and the handle are. So it loosens that part. So I do paint parties. The people keep their paintbrushes in the cup of water. A couple hours is fine. But again, if you leave it overnight, it loosens up the glue and then this becomes wiggly and hard to paint. So again, just you know, hand wash them and use soap and water. Dish soap is fine. And then when you dry them, just make sure that they're flat. You don't want to leave them in a cup because then that bends the bristle. So have them dry this way, and that will keep the longevity and the nice bristles so that they're not frayed. Once your bristles start to become frayed or stick out, it's time for a new set. Like that's a clue. I'm going to go a little, this one's a nice wide brush as well, but I'm going to go a little bit smaller for my palm tree. I'm going to use this little one right here. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the green. So this green I'm using is called New Shamrock. All right. Again, any green will do. And watch what I'm going to do. You can just make your palms come out as simple as that, or you can connect it like that too. All right. It's really easy. And if it makes you feel better to practice, you can practice. So I'm just really letting the bristles of the paintbrush do the work for me. All right. So again, they could be a little bit more wild. So I'm using this paintbrush and I'm just letting the bristles do the work, right? Now, I don't like how flat that green is, which means it's just right out of the bottle. So what I could do is I could just take a little bit of that green and a little bit of the yellow and then mix up a prettier green, right? Like to me, I'm trying to make it maybe look like my shirt. So it's like a yellow green. And then I can go into it and give it a little dimension. See, doesn't that make it look more interesting? All it took was a little bit of yellow mixed with a little bit of green. You can make it go right off the edge of your canvas or your paper. And again, if you guys are working in colored pencil, it's harder to layer on top with colored pencil. So you would color around it, like sketch out your tree and then color your background in. So again, like right here, because of the purple, do you see it gets a little dark? So I'm going to add a little bit more yellow to brighten it up. Watch this. See how it's dark here? So I'm just going to put a little bit more yellow in there to make it pop more. And that's what I mean about contrast. So there's your contrast. And I could just add a little bit of yellow to my brush and maybe put a little bit more right in there. Just the yellow like that. See that? There you go. I could add little coconuts down here. You guys could put birds in the sky. Let me see if I can make my canvas a little straighter. What do you think of this overhead camera? Ooh. All right. I have to say, shout out to Randy. Randy was really helping me pull this off. And Jim Fuse too. Thank you. Oh, you guys. Just give me a paintbrush and some paper and I'm calm. But technology is... I feel like my grandma. What can I say? Even my mother refuses to get a smartphone. What can I tell you? I don't want to be like that. I'm going to keep continuing to learn. Try not to get too frustrated. Okay, so again, you guys can see. Maybe it needs a little bit more contrast on the light blue. So I can go, again, maybe put a little yellow in there. Or make some more yellow-green. I love mixing colors. That's part of the fun. Just experiment. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. You learn something. How do we learn? We learn from our mistakes. So here's one of my mistakes. There's a grid in this video right now. I was playing with this new app to get me my overhead camera and I have a grid on the screen. Well, maybe that will actually help you guys with your design, but it's just because we don't know. I don't know how to get rid of it. I was playing with my new app and all right, so here's some more palms. Again, you wouldn't have known. I would be like, oh, the grid is here to help you guys. It's really no, it's because I don't know how to get it off. All right. So we got some nice big leaves here. You can make them as wild as you want to. They can overlap each other. Let's make this one a little bigger. All right. And again, I'm going to go back into it with a little black, but do you see the difference? This is just the green and yellow, and yellow, green. So mix up a little yellow, mix up a little green. I think that adds, again, some interest to your palm leaves. See that? I think it makes it a little more interesting. All right, so that is the basic, pretty easy, right? I'm going to pop a little yellow in here. Maybe may add a little like that. What do you think? Now, again, look at how wiggly and wavy that is. You know why that happened? Because I was painting it while it was really wet. So I can go back into that. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to fix this. How's that? Again, can you imagine like doing this with all your friends and everybody makes their own palm tree and then you put everybody's together and take like a cute picture? Or a family reunion would be really fun to do too. All right, so now I'm going to change my brush. I'm going to go to a smaller brush now. So I'm going to start adding some detail. So this is when it's pointy like this is called a round brush. So I'm going to use a round brush for my details. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to jump into some black here. So a little bit of black. Okay. And I can outline it. And I can try to fix my wiggliness. So I like to outline because then I can hide all my mistakes, like where I went outside the line. That's what I like about black. And again, if you guys want to take a break and let it dry before you do this, you can do that. If you feel, oh, I wanted to add some coconuts. Watch this. So I forgot, but coconuts. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 1, 2. I'll put a 3rd one right here. Now I forgot those. This is what's so awesome about acrylic paint is I could just layer it. You see that? Now you don't have to have coconuts. And I can also add some highlights later. I'll put a touch of white in to finish it off. So let's go back to outlining. And then you can even put these little curves right here to give the bark a little texture, like that. Let's do, should I do you guys like it with the coconuts or without the coconuts? You tell me. You tell me if you want me to add more coconuts. We're not going for perfection here, you guys. This is fun art, not fine art, okay? So like this. What about that? Well, that could be a highlight, or because I went out, I could just fill it back in with some brown paint. So if something you don't like, you can fix it. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm gonna put these little black lines in here like this. They're almost like little smile, smile, smile. All right. And let's do another one over here. Little line. And again, if you feel like you don't have great fine motor, you can always outline your art projects with a black marker. Like a nice Sharpie. Or you can use a paint marker. A lot of people, I always bring them to my paint parties because a lot of people say that they don't have great fine motor. So you can, again, adapt accordingly. All right. So what do you think? Should I add more coconuts? Let's put a few more coconuts in here. So 1, 2. How about that one? This one will have 2. I'm just going to put a dab of brown in there. And then, well, I might as well add coconuts to the last one. What do you think? We'll put 1, 2, 3. So this is why I like acrylic paint so much, is you can layer. You can't do the same technique with watercolor. I'm just mixing it in there. So if I mixed the brown and the green really well together, I'd get like a dark gray, like a warm, dark gray. Let's put some little lines in here. So just think of it like a smile. Smile, smile, smile. All right. Hi, Eileen. Yes, coconuts. All right, you like the coconuts better? Is it okay if this one has 2 instead of 3? Yeah, totally up to you guys. And you can even put some black in your palm too. Again, just to give it a little bit of contrast, right? So I'm just adding some black in there to give it some contrast. Maybe it makes it a little bit more interesting. Maybe you don't want to put black in there. What do you think? You like the black in there too? So I do. I like black. I think it just really adds more interest to it. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna give myself. So this is just plain black. I thought it would have a fancy name, but it's just black. So, all right. Even I'll put a little here, and then you can have your. Hi. Hi Anna. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. You guys make me feel so good when you comment. So I really like it. It makes me feel better while I'm live. Thank you so much. That's the fun part about going live is you guys make it what's fun, right? Like when you talk with me and chat with me and give me, yes, coconuts. I like it better with coconuts. I like it better with black paint. Do you like the black lines? And again, you could even do your coconuts black if you wanted to, or gray. You could add more details if you want. So again, I like the black. You can make it as wild as you want. All right, now I'm gonna find one more fine brush. Now I'm gonna find a little, thanks Elaine so much. So I'm gonna use a tiny little brush here, the littlest one, but you guys can go, I'll use the second littlest one. But again, it's a round brush, see that tip right there? So I'm gonna highlight with this, all right? Now let's see, what colors did I use? I used fuchsia and parrot blue. I used new shamrock. You guys can also use Key West because that's just the coolest color too. I'll show you. But anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a little bit of highlights in here. All right, ready? So I'm just going to take a little bit of white paint. Now, I could put a little highlight on this side, like this, going down. Right here, 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 here. So it's just like, again, a little bit more interest, a little bit more contrast. I could just do some in here. Like this. I can even, make it look like a backwards L, like that. Put a little highlight on these. You can even mix a little bit of white and brown together to get like a lighter brown. And put a little bit of highlight in there of that as well. Because this is your artwork, you guys. Make it your own. However that is. I got a whole bunch of paint left. So again, this is, oh, I should put some highlights on my coconuts. How's that? Highlights on the coconuts. And why not? Let's just put a little bit of highlights in our palm trees and the leaves. They don't even have to touch. You can just put them anywhere because this is fun art, you guys, fun art. We're having fun. Fun art. And you can make them as big as you want to. I wish I had palm trees. You guys, I am in Cleveland, Ohio. There's no palm trees here. That's why, you know, I go on vacations to places that have palm trees. How's that? Ta-da! That wasn't so hard, right? And guess what, you guys? Do it again and it'll be even better. I've done palm trees 100 times. So I say do it again, do it again. It's like anything else. It's like cooking. The more you cook something, the better you're going to get at it, right? Maybe the first time it's not the best, but each time you make it, it gets better and better. Like playing sports. The more you play a certain sport, the better you get at it. Reading, writing. Just think, the more you do any activity, the better you get at it. Now, I'm still working on the technology part, okay? I like to tell myself I'm improving. Look, we got an overhead camera, okay? So it's a little improving. Now, again, this is pretty much, I think, done. You guys can add whatever you want to. You can put little people down here. Hi, Elaine's in Florida. And you are so lucky to have palm trees in your backyard. I bet you can paint them perfectly because you look at them all the time. So how do mine look compared to yours? And do yours have coconuts? I don't know. Can you like have the coconut after it falls to the ground? Are they good still? I don't know. But here again, here's our and this was the final little brush that I used. So look, I used four different brushes in the kit. Okay. So you guys, this brush that looks like that, that's called a flat brush. And then these little pointy ones, those are called round brushes. And so they work great. I got to wash them out. The apple barrel paint worked great as well. So I am using the acrylic matte apple barrel paints, and they came in a set. I have a ton of colors here. I was debating whether to use the candy pink, but the candy pink to me was a little bit too kind of like baby girl pink. I liked the fuchsia better for this painting. There was other blues as well, but I liked the parrot blue. This Key West color is beautiful. So if you guys, maybe Randy can make me big again real quick, and I'll show you guys real quick that behind me. So here I did this painting here using the Key West because it was, first of all, it's called Key West. Okay, so who doesn't want to use the Key West color? But I wanted to see the difference in the Key West versus the parrot blue. So this is the parrot blue, okay, and then you have the Key West over there. So oh boy, and this is my messy tablecloth. So again, either one, they look tropical. Every time I do this painting, you guys, it's going to look different, right? The palm leaves can be more wild. You can have coconuts. You can skip the coconuts. I'll put this back down here to hide my mess. And you know what? Acrylic paint, you guys, is non-toxic, washable. You can use it with any age group that you want. You know, I have accidentally at a paint and sip maybe drank the dirty paint water. It doesn't taste good, but it is non-toxic. So, you know, make sure you have water, paper towels. Do it by yourself. It's really relaxing, or do it with a group of friends because it's super fun. Make it however you want. Make it your own. Use your favorite colors. And don't forget, Amazon Prime Days, you guys, are coming up July 11th and 12th. I'll be streaming those 2 days, extra paint parties and extra, you know, fun things. Artistatheart.org is my full and complete website. You guys, we have over 250 art videos, and Amazon.live is where I go live on Amazon. I'm sorry, artistatheart.live is where I go live on Amazon. And that's where I can tag all of the products that I'm using. So if you guys have not seen me on Amazon, if you're watching on Amazon, you will see all of the products that I'm using in the carousel, including the set, which is like on a huge sale right now, even before Amazon Prime Days. Really nice, keeps you organized because they all come in this little kit that zips closed. I only used 4 of the brushes today. So if you're using, like doing this painting with a couple of family members and friends, you guys can share this kit. I do like it. And again, I'm going to wash them out gently, not soak them in a cup, and do more paintings with them. So check it out. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart. I will see you again real soon. Don't forget, you guys can follow me to watch me go live on Amazon Prime Days, and we will have some fun and some special sales. And you know, I know you don't want to hear this, but we're going to start talking back to school too. So lots of people that follow me are moms and grandmothers and kids. And I will definitely share some sales for back to school, fun, awesome art products. So I think that we're good to go. Randy, did I miss anything? Randy's helping me behind the scenes.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. No, Denyse, I think you did great. Awesome show today.
Thank you so much. Again, we pulled off the double camera, you guys. Thanks,
Yes, we did.
All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again real soon. Be safe. Take care.